There we go. Boom. Move you over here. Let me see. Does that work? There we go. What's up, Leslie? We're having fun. If you guys have been watching, you're watching us completely go into technical chaos as we're dive bombing, whatever. Our first run at what's tomato. What's wisdom? What's the name of that software we're using? What is it? Restream. We need to figure it out. Retry it. Maybe we need to find somebody who can. Sorry, Don. All right. I won't be mean to Donnie.
Oh, Donnie.
Poor Don.
He's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I'll have it down by next time. I just need to stream to my own YouTube and figure this out.
What's that?
Oh, next time I'm gonna stream to my own YouTube to figure this out, because like I don't know what went wrong.
You know what? I don't know. Figure it out. Maybe it's just wrong cameras. I don't know. Who knows? Right? Who knows? Who cares? It'll be all right. It'll be all right. How's the audio, by the way? I'm not using my AirPods tonight, so I'd love to know if you guys are listening in. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. You can hear me okay. What's the audio like? Drop any comments. So if you're just joining, this is episode 4 of ATF. This one, last 3 have gone really well. This one, not so much. But that's because we're trying new things. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't say it. So 3-chord. That is the whiskey we are doing tonight. It is a barrel proof reserve 107. It is not bad. I could definitely see this one much better in a cocktail. That's my personal opinion. I think it would taste better like that. And I'm smoking on a Rocky Patel Havano Renaissance Edition 660. Get a shirt that says, "Damn it, Donnie." That is the best idea ever, Hugo. We should make some shirts. Erica, we need to make some shirts with Donnie's face on it. Like it's Donnie's fault. How about Donnie is gay? Damn it, Donnie shirts. Dude, I'll give you all the proceeds for anybody to buy them.
I'll take it.
Damn it, Donnie. What the hell are you doing, dude? Oh, what a night. What a night. Okay, so let's get back to some conversation. Let's get back to the conversation at hand. And the conversation at hand was what? Right? Can you give a 2-minute speech of your value? Can you drop a pitch if anyone says, what is the value you bring to this planet? And I was explaining this because for those of you who are just joining us on Facebook now, like the sad thing is a lot of times there's an exercise that we don't practice. Hugo says, yes, I can. Hugo, we'll have to get you to jump over to Facebook and you get on and give the pitch. I'll bring you on. But that's good that you can. It's good that you can. Hugo said, put me down for 2X. We got one ready. One's ready to go, Donnie. Damn it, Donnie's t-shirts. Damn it, Donnie. I love that idea. It's funny. Did you say damn it or dang it?
I say dang it.
Yeah, I know, but what does King of the Hill say?
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. That's funny. That's funny. So no, this was something seriously. This was seriously something I was working through today, right? Of course I can. Leslie, I know you can. You've been all over this for a minute. But this is good, you guys. This is really good. This is not something that a lot of people can do easily. And they forget. They forget to do it. They forget to realize the importance of understanding what is it that your value is, you know? And for myself, it's easy to confuse this too. It's easy for me to have a lot of focus on things and get stuck in story mode or storytelling when you want to say, what's the value? What's the offer? What's the problem that you solve, right? And so if you're in a workplace environment where, let's use an example like Leslie. Leslie is a professor. So what is the value that she brings? She's an educator. She teaches. Now what is the legacy she's leaving? And that's what she'll know. She'll know what legacy she's bringing, right? Hugo says, I agree, we have to sell ourselves at some point in our journey. You have to, constantly. You always have to sell yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. You have to sell yourself in everything you do. You have to sell yourself to get a nicer, table. To make sure that at dinner, you don't get somebody that spits in your food. You have to sell yourself to your employer, to your boss, to your clients, to your spouse, to your lover, to whatever, right? Your children. In everything we do, we're always selling ourselves. It's always a sales process, whether you want to admit it or not. And if you look at folks that are typically have a little more success than others, you're going to find that they're better at negotiating their process, or they're better at negotiating what they're doing. They're better at negotiating where they stand in life, right? And this is important. This is huge. So what's the value that you bring, right? And this, again, it's an exercise that we should be practicing. Every couple months, we should say, okay, can I give my pitch? Can I introduce myself in less than 2 minutes, right? Hi, I'm Rigo Murillo. I'm a father of 6, right? I'm a father of 6. I'm a husband. I've been for almost 22 years. I'm a businessman, an entrepreneur. This is what I've done. This is what I've created. This is what I'm building. This is the legacy I want to leave. How do I help people? This is how I help people, right? I help businesses build relationships. I'm a relationship building expert within business. What do I do for people? Here comes the challenge. Where's my value? And so this is what I was thinking today. Yeah, Hugo 6. From 2 to 21, almost 22. We'll have to grab the Ruger Scout, Donnie. We got a show again tonight.
Colorful.
Yeah, the Ruger Scout. 308, bolt action. Erica Murillo, and the one strong mom without a single epidural. She's a soldier. That's right. And shout out to you, my dude, 6. Got it. Yep. Donnie, follow the legacy of 6. Yeah, that's Erica. Erica says she's going to follow the legacy of 6.
Pushing for 7?
Hey, if you can do 7, girl, you're a... Well, we'll see with your husband. Your husband better make some good damn money. That's all I'm saying. Lucia said, what? That's funny. So there it is, right? What do you offer? I'd love to see more comments. This is one of those types of things that it's great with engagement. We definitely want to engage on this one. This is a good opener. I don't know. Hey, hi. I'd like to hit on somebody like that. Hey, what's up, girl? Can you give me your 2-minute pitch? Say what? Yeah, listen, before I even spend any more time hitting on you, I want to know if you can sell me your value in less than 2 minutes. What's up, Chandler? A little late to the party, bro. Come on. Did someone say slow down, Chandler. Slow down. So Lucia on Instagram says, funny how we say how we sell ourselves for a job, but when it comes down to business or relationship, we overthink it constantly. Constantly. We even overthink it in a work environment. But you're absolutely right. We overthink things a lot of times. People that are starting business. One of the things that I struggle with from time to time, and I work with my clients and folks that I coach on, is that exact same thing. A lot of times, people want to overthink it. They have a topic they want to talk about. They have some passion that they want to bring, and they overthink. What is it that they're doing, right? So, if you think about this as an example, so as a business consultant, right? As a coach, a business consultant, as a business owner as well, obviously, right? Because there are some consultants that just work for themselves. There's other that have a little more of an expanding business. I have a little more of an expanding business. So my consulting business works for quite a few different clients and a lot of different contractors and people and employees. So with that, there's a little bit more that I'm challenged with on a daily basis than some, and not nearly as much as others. So I think I have a good balance right now. But as an example, when I'm bringing something to the market, I can overthink it. Look, like this show, this is a perfect example. You guys, we just tried out new software that we thought we were ready for. It didn't go nearly as well as we thought. The picture quality was crap. I couldn't even see who I was talking to. And the truth is, we normally have somebody that joins the call. And if you guys join the call, yeah, it was great. We could have 4 or 5 of you guys on at the same time, but I wouldn't even be able to hear you because we didn't think about it. That software, that's going to have to be used when we're in our studio. The truth is, because I'm going to need to have like headphones on or something. I'm not overthinking this. You guys, I'm building a studio. The studio is going to be a professional studio where we're going to be doing a lot more than just this. We're doing stuff for our clients. And I'm sitting on my porch, right? So I can overthink it. Lucia, to go back to what your comment is that I can overthink this and not go live at all. Oh, I only have one person on. I only have 10 people on. I only have... It doesn't matter. You see, I'm doing this not so much as much for you guys, but for me too. Because I'm working through the kinks. Who cares? You guys want to see my imperfection. I'm not perfect. Then why do I want you guys to think it? You see, this is just it. Most people are afraid to make a level of change or hit a level of success because they think they have to have it figured out instead of just moving forward. That's it. It's just stepping forward. Stepping forward is the first step. Once you do that, you can start figuring out. If you make a mistake, then get up and do it again. That's it. Once you start moving forward, you get better at it. Every time you do something over and over again, you just get better at it. Even if you never become the best, you're still further along than you were if you never started. And most people do that because they stop and they overthink it. So Lucia on Instagram, to go back on that comment, yeah, we overthink things. We'll get all big and proper for a job interview or for something like that, but we won't do it in a professional's life, right? I talk business all the time, and for years I would never bring it to my personal profiles. I would never do it because I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to mess things up. Well, mess what up? First off, this is who I am. And if you're a friend of mine, and if you want to be a friend of mine, if you want to be a part of my life, this is what I do. I coach, I teach. I love talking about what I do. I love talking about a lot of things that I do. It's my life. Outside of my kids. Seriously, think about it. How much other time do you think I have in my life? Outside of cigars and whiskey and the guns, my kids, my business. Not much left. All right, so Hugo says it's not how hard you hit, it's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. Yeah, it's true, Hugo, but let me add something to that. When you get hit, you have to learn from it. There's nothing wrong with mistakes as long as you're learning. If you're not learning, then you're just being a dumbass. Once or twice is one thing. You have to learn from it. So this is called the ATF show. So today, I have the Ruger Scout. Nice little treat for you. So this is my hog killer. It is a 308 bolt action with a 10 round mag. I love it. It's got really nice play, real tight. I like it because it's a short barrel. It doesn't have as much of a long range. It's definitely not a quiet gun. It has a sweet little muzzle brake on it, but this is one of the ones I like. So today's show and tell. Today's show and tell is the Ruger Scout. As you can see, the gun is empty. I don't mix my guns, alcohol, and tobacco all at the same time. So anyway, I will do more of this later and show you a little more. What's up, Brian? What's up, Mercedes? The alcohol tonight that we are doing is 3-chord whiskey. It's okay. Maybe my palate's just a little bad from being sick last week. I think it's a pretty strong whiskey, bourbon. I think it'd be a lot better in a cocktail, for sure. Like a old fashioned or something, it'd be phenomenal, and I could taste that. But just neat. Well, it's got ice, so it's not neat. Sorry to all my connoisseurs out there. So if you're just joining, this is the ATF show. It's my fun time Monday nights where I just chill and sip on some whiskey or a drink, any drink. It really doesn't matter what you're into. Sometimes it's wine, sometimes it's a beer. I smoke a cigar. I talk about life. Talk about business. I just open it up to whatever. Honestly, it's just a time to hang out, especially in the world we live in today. I don't get to see folks as much as I used to, so I give people the opportunity to come on here. Every now and then we get a guest, which is really nice. If you're watching on IG, I could try to bring you on. I'm not that good here. If you're on Facebook, that's really where I prefer it. But that's just showing my age. But if you come on live there, we'll have a conversation. We can talk about whatever you want. Honestly, whatever you want. I don't care. I usually try to share some insight on what I've been talking about today. A little bit was just some of the thoughts I had as I was working through some of my own thoughts as I'm repitching myself. You always have to reinvent yourself. And every couple months I go through this. Hugo says, how bad does it kick? That one, it's pretty good. It's a 308 and it's not as long of a barrel. The muzzle brake helps. I don't know, I guess it's not too bad. I like it. But specifically I got that for killing hogs. I could probably, my whole concept with that was not to be far away. I wanted to be close. And it has iron sights, which I like, so I can just dial those in. I don't need a, you see here? So they're built into it, which I like. So this one is probably one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a badass gun. I'm sure somebody who's a better shot than me could really get this more of a long range, but that's really not me. What's up, Mr. Harrison? Guy Harrison. Thanks for jumping on. So anyways, if you're having a cocktail tonight, why don't you share? Put in the post in the comments, whatnot. Let me know what you're up to. What are you drinking? If you're smoking something, what are you smoking? And I always love to ask, but what is your daily carry? What's her name? Hugo says. I actually have never named my guns. First thing I've ever named that wasn't a person was my truck. And it wasn't very creative. Called her Spider. It's a Black Widow edition, so it really wasn't creative. It was easy. Do you name your trucks? Chandler said. Yeah, just the one. Just the one.
It's been 40 years. It took you 40 years to get out
Yeah,
of
it took me almost 42 years to name a vehicle. I listen, you guys. It's just not me, man. I don't name shit. I probably should. It'd be cooler, but I really have not cared. This is the first vehicle I've actually cared about. That I started thinking for the first time in my life that if my wife wanted to divorce me, she can't have the truck. She can have the kids. She can have the house. She can have all the money. She can't have my truck, and she can't have my guns. Or my cigars. Or my whiskey. I think that's it.
What about
The heater lamp, Donnie, really?
I think it's pretty nice.
Dang it, Donnie.
Dang it. You know, you can't go 20 minutes without saying something stupid, right? Dang it, Donnie is definitely a shirt we're making.
I was just making a joke.
Don't touch my truck. Skrrr. I'm definitely going to use that as like a theme song. I'll have to have Erica edit it up.
I hate that song.
I don't care. I think it's a great song. Don't touch my truck. Hugo definitely wants us to make a Dang It Donnie shirt. Should we call it Damn It Donnie or Dang It Donnie?
Dude, dang it, just in case. You know, maybe a small
Erica says,
pendant.
Dang it, Donnie. So anyways, if you're out there, let me know. Say something. IG's fine. All my folks on Instagram, you guys are doing great. On Facebook, man, you guys are quiet as hell tonight. If you're watching, why don't you let me know? Post a comment in the chat group. Say hello. If you feel like chatting for a few minutes and talking about whatever, I'll bring you on. Just say something in the chat, and then I'll do that. But yeah, no, it's been a pretty chill night. Careful, my dad will run you over with a spider. Yes.
You didn't read the rest.
I didn't read your rest. Do I need to go back and read it?
No, it's fine.
Hugo said, damn it, Donnie.
Oh, okay.
And Chandler said he could step off because he loves
He
it.
said, and it'll be a beautiful spider. I will be honored to be graced by its tires. That's what Chandler said.
They're 37, so they're pretty damn big. You'll be graced.
Hugo de Grace says, damn it, Donnie, in a 2XL black.
He's like, come on, I want to see it.
He's
I want to see it.
adamant.
Dang it, Donnie. Damn it.
Just have a picture.
We just gotta get one of Donnie's photos where he was doing that.
Oh.
Lucia said, good night, guys. I'm on Grandma's schedule. Yes, you sure are, Grandma Lucia. Have a good night. Take care. Lucia was awesome. She was hanging out with us last week in Kentucky. When we were in Louisville, Kentucky. That was a good experience. That was good. It really was good. But, so what's your pitch, right? What's your 2 minute life pitch? Curious, man. If you could sum it up in a sentence for those who want to text it down, I would love for you to leave it in the comments. Much fun. Talk.
That means thank you.
Oh, thank you. TY, for you old folks on Facebook like me, TY means thank you. I didn't know that.
Old men with spiders.
Sorry. I don't know. Should I know this lingo?
Yes.
Why?
That's like not knowing LOL. I'm sorry, but TY.
LOL makes more sense because that takes way too much time to text or type. But thank you, right? Lucia, come on. Hugo said he thought it meant Tylenol. I think that's what he was spelling.
Maybe
Tyrone. Talk yes.
What?
That's what my brain thought when I saw it. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I get it. Thank you. I get it now. Okay, great. I didn't know what TY stood for.
Like you said, should I know this lingo while you're on 2 lives on social media?
How hard is that? I don't know the shorthand text.
I don't know.
Make sure your Instagram's good. Mine says live video pause.
Just exit and
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
My videos are fine. See, when I do it, they stream just fine, Donnie.
Oh, never mind. It's good.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No issues. No issues when I do it. Right? Never let Tyrone near your wife or girlfriend. Chandler, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. I'm just pumped that the weather's changing. So next week I'm probably gonna work up. I'll try to do something here. I'm gonna bring on a guest, or I've got a buddy who's a doctor who actually wants to jump on and talk with y'all. So it's gonna be fun. But we're gonna talk about some of the counters, the health effects that are the nutrition that you can add into your daily routine to counter any of the negative effects with alcohol and tobacco. And he's actually going to talk about the good things that come out of smoking cigars. What? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that. So it'll either be next week or the week after. I'll be doing a promo on it for sure.
Number 1, you look cool.
He integrates his fiber.
What was that? Oh, number 1, you look cool.
2, according to Hugo, is fiber.
Fiber? Fiber from the whiskey?
Eating the cigar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Man, Facebook's quiet tonight. What are you guys up to, man? Normally, you guys are blowing up. There's like a new season of Game of Thrones or something. So apparently, Game of Thrones is 10 years old, I guess.
You guess.
That's what I saw today on the post. I saw that Game of Thrones is like 10 years old. IG's where all the action's at. Hugo says, no, you need fiber for good health. Yes, Hugo, we do. Wisdom. Hugo has the wisdom. I forgot. I should have just known.
You just interrupted like 30 minutes of the heart. Oh, that's you.
It looks like it was you, Donnie.
No, that's.
Donnie, you're doing it.
I'm not sure about this.
I only tapped it once. Somebody else.
I'm not.
It's Chandler right here.
I honestly think this is, maybe it's just too strong.
Well, guess we are.
Barrel proof. It's very oaky. It's not bad. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Like, there's a lot of whiskey that's supposed to be. You need Mountain Dew with it.
Oh.
That's right. I forgot all about that. That was the original sours. Did you? Were you?
That was
were you,
last week's episode.
That was the last.
Or wait, not last week. That was the week prior.
Episode 2.
Yeah, we totally missed last week. We were driving down to Louisville, Kentucky, and completely forgot that we weren't going to be able. Yeah, the weather was horrible. We were really thinking we were going to get there, grab cigars. I brought cigars down. We're going to listen. So I had this place booked like 4 or 5 months ago. We were going to be out on the deck. This is overlooking the river. Got the Muhammad Ali Center. Are you getting cold or something?
I was just looking at it.
Turn it on. Okay. We were overlooking the Muhammad Ali Center. Badass Airbnb, dude. This sucker was tight. Okay, and I've been looking forward to it for months. And we get down there, and the weather is shit. The entire outer deck has been completely iced over. I got this entire flat of this building. So it had 5 floors. We're on the 4th. We had the entire 4th floor. This badass Airbnb. Was totally pumped to chill, which we had a good time in there, but I thought we were just going to get to enjoy some awesome weather, like in Louisville, Kentucky. I knew it was going to be a little cold, but I didn't think we were going to have that much snow. I mean, we had
like this thick of ice.
tons of snow and at least an inch of ice underneath where the deck was, so we never even got to go out and enjoy the deck. But that one kind of bummed me out, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes next time. But in the last episode, we talked about, I think it was Hugo that actually brought it up. But it was that Mountain Dew was actually originally created as a mixer. The recipe was created as a mixer for whiskey. So I thought that was a really cool factoid, a little factoid. 2 more days, Erica says. She'll be in Florida. My little political evangelist, the Erica with a K Murillo, my little political evangelist all over. So anyways, if you're just joining again, I'm Rigo Murillo. This is my little show. We call it ATF. Just a time to hang out. For those of you guys watching and you want to say hi, jump on. Let me know. Comment, post something. Thumb up, thumb down. You like it, not like it. We always love guests because I love to talk about what's going on, see what you're doing. Like to have a drink with you, have a drink with me. Tonight I'm having this 3-quart whiskey. It's okay. I'm gonna have to try it in some cocktails. It's definitely not hitting the top of my list tonight, but it's all right. I am smoking Rocky Patel Havano Renaissance edition of the 660. I've had these in a smaller, a different format. Torpedoes are better. I'm not crazy about these in the 660, but I think actually Kane does a much better job. But it's a richer cigar. But again, a lot of this is dependent on the fact that maybe my palate isn't all the way back, because nothing seems to be tasting that great lately. So I got sick. It wasn't COVID. I got tested. Got a rod shoved in my nose. So definitely it wasn't COVID, but plus I already had it last year. But yeah, so that's what we do. We hang out, we chill, we invite you in, we have a conversation, throw comments down. We had a conversation a little bit earlier where I talked about an exercise that is done in business, a lot of times specifically if you're a business owner or someone who's in marketing role or business development role. A lot of times too, when you're in a role where you're having to be creative, a person that's in a creative function, and that is reevaluating what your value is. What problem do you solve for the market? But the question I had was, when you bring this back in your life, what problem do you solve in society? What problem do you solve in life? What value do you bring to life? What is your legacy that you're going to leave behind? So I'm going through this because I'm trying to restructure my own business. As my business continues to grow, I want it to be scalable, right? I want it to be scalable. I want to be able to do more, but I'm capping out. It's easy to cap out. So how do I take what I'm doing and make it more scalable? Well, this is where I'm trying to understand this. Okay, so what value am I bringing? And I've hit this road more than once. It's frustrating, but each time I go through this exercise, I break a ceiling and I hit another level. So we hit one level, then we have to do it again. And you hit another level, and you have to do it again. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times people hit this challenge and they back off. And they feel that maybe they're frustrated or they just don't think about it in their life. And so they think this is as good as it gets. But it's never that way. You can always go higher. You just have to be willing to break through that ceiling and through that level in your life. And you have to be willing to say, this was good for a period. Now it's time to move on to the next piece. I think this is why when you see uber successful people, they're typically not married very long or don't have children. I mean, be honest, right? Because if I wanted to say this with all sincerity, if I want to just grow from a success point, these are things that will be in the way of slowing me down. When I talk about legacy, a name, a business, that's not the legacy I want to bring. The legacy I want to build is through my children, through my wife, through my bloodline. That to me is the legacy I want to bring. And not for my children as much as for my children's children. So that takes an expansion of your head. You have to really sit there and say, okay, what decisions, what sacrifices am I willing to make today that will give my children an advantage over their competition so that they can give an advantage to my grandchildren an advantage over their competition. This is how you build dynasties, or in the way that they say it in Sherlock Holmes, dynasty. What advice do you give the youth becoming an entrepreneur? Hugo the Great. That's a great question, actually. The biggest advice I would say, and let me step back a little bit, Hugo, but you're saying youth. Are we talking about under 20, under 30? What are we talking about? This thing, sucker keeps going out tonight. I need to get my torch. If you're talking about somebody who is, I'd say under 30, so in their teens to under 30, your 20s are absolutely under 20. Oof. If you're under 20, I would say if you're under 20 is listen, learn. Hugo says, seems like they need advice more. Know that wisdom comes from experience, and you have to be very, very clear on what you're taking as advice. So I would say, like, some of the things that I tell, and I think I've shown my children, is what you think is the end of the world, so to speak, and some of your issues are not. But understand where you're getting your advice from. Know the fruits, right? The Bible says you know a tree by its fruits, right? When you are taking advice from somebody that has had a life full of bad choices, right? If you're taking advice from someone that has a life full of bad choices, then you need to look at those fruits that that person has, and you need to evaluate what that person is saying then. So, and understand that the best advice can come in actually paying attention to how stupid that person is, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to be mean, but so you can get good advice and good understanding from people that are successful and not successful. Let me give you an example. One of the things I love, so like I have struggled with my weight my whole life. I'm back and forth. I'm getting ready to get back, working with a personal trainer again to get back down to my weight that I like to be at. I'm a bigger dude anyways, and I don't mean big as in heavier. I mean, I'm just a bulkier guy. And so for me, it doesn't take much, but I've struggled my weight all the time. And you want to know the first person that's always giving me weight loss advice? Always. Is the fat person. So someone else who's always overweight is always telling me what I should or shouldn't eat. And I laugh at that. I'm not saying the person's wrong, but I think, okay, well, if you know it so well, then why aren't you taking it, right? So if I'm a young person, an entrepreneur who's trying to build. Now remember, the word entrepreneur gets thrown around a lot. There's a huge difference between a proprietor and an entrepreneur. A huge difference between the two. An entrepreneur is constantly recreating, reinventing, and bringing value to the market. A proprietor builds a business. Patrick says you have to practice what you preach. You absolutely do, but make no mistake, you can still be taught how to do something well from someone that doesn't necessarily have the perfect advice or the perfect example of the advice. You go to a doctor for health. Not every doctor you talk to is a healthy doctor. It doesn't mean that they can't give you advice. And the biggest reason why we go to a doctor is to get a prescription. So you got to remember is that sometimes we go to sources to get something in specific. It doesn't mean that person has to be living the perfect life. So when I'm saying to a young person, what's the best advice I can give you? Now is the time for you to learn and listen and ask questions. But know that you're not going to get everything until you get a level of experience. It's just impossible. So when you get into your 20s, preparing for that is probably the biggest thing. Because now in your 20s, you get to do something that very few get to do, and that is make mistakes. You get to get out and figure out what's the best thing for you. For myself, contradicting a lot of people, I think going to college in your 20s is the absolute worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do. The reason being is you have no clue what you were built or designed for. Now, there are some people that have a very clear intention on what they want to do. They want to become a lawyer. They want to get into practice with medical. They want to do something that's going to take a certain level of skill set. It's going to take 8, 10, 12 years of education to get there. Hey, that makes more sense. If you don't understand it, then that's the worst thing. If you don't know what you're going for, that's the worst thing you can do. Because the market has plenty of ways of teaching you, and you can get out there and learn and figure it out. I didn't go to college till 6, 7 years after I graduated high school, got an electrical engineering degree, and never used it, right? What's up, Joe? And the reason why is because by the time I got out of school, I realized I can make more money running my own business and building things for myself than I would ever working for some engineering firm. And so when I talk to the youth, I say now's the time for you to go explore, especially today. You have a better opportunity of creating yourself as a millionaire or billionaire in the next 5 years than ever before. Seriously, look what we're doing here. I'm having conversations on 2 different platforms, talking to friends and people that maybe know me, maybe not know me. Right now, there's quite a few folks that are jumping on that I know, and people will watch this over and over again. It'll be on Facebook forever, as long as I have it, I guess. The video's there. It's on the internet. People can come back and watch this anytime they want. I can come back and watch this 10 years from now to see if I was full of shit or not. It's true. There used to be groups of people that would document this kind of shit. That's all they did. And now we have the ability to just go back and watch a video. It'll probably tell you, this is what you did 10 years ago. This is what you did 5 years ago. When I look at my children, Hugo, I think they're the best example of what, and I know it sounds biased, but they're doing a great job of what they need to do in their youth. What are you laughing at over there, Giggles?
I saw something that
Is it good?
it was just a very dark meme.
It's a meme. A dark meme. But Hugo, thanks for the question, man. I appreciate it. Yes, even you, Donnie, Hugo says. Damn it, Donnie. I don't know if darn it, Donnie's going to work, Erica.
Like maybe like a small pendant. You can't really see it.
Damn it, Donnie. But if you say damn it, people will get it, right? They should get the reference.
You can say dang it too. People get that.
Just
But King of the Hill, man, damn it. I guess. Maybe darn it.
no.
I don't know.
Damn it, Donnie works.
I think damn it, Donnie is much better.
Well, I'm not gonna wear that.
Oh.
What?
You'll piss everybody else off on Instagram, but you won't wear a shirt that says "Damn it, Donnie."
Yeah, because I'm 16. I don't cuss my videos.
Damn it's not even a bad word.
I don't cuss.
My initials
If
spell
you use
damn.
it the right way, it's not a bad word, but in modern society, it is.
Modern society?
If you use it the right way, it's not a bad word.
Like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Hugo's down for it.
Hugo said, "Damn it, Donnie," and 2X black.
Again.
Again. I'm telling you, we need to use, I know exactly the picture we're going to use, too. Yep. Hugo said, "What kind of logic is that, Erica?" Hugo, if you don't have daughters, I'm going to give you some advice. Women in general, women and logic do not exist in the same space.
Wow.
Sorry.
Aren't you edgy?
I'm just saying, women are emotional, men are logical. Now, granted, we both jump back and forth to the spectrum, but to say what logic is behind your decision, sorry, not sorry. Hugo said, "I'm crying with lots of crying faces."
Patrick says that's a fact.
That's a fact. Sorry, not sorry. I actually think your mom would agree with that too. I think she might. She's probably the.
I agree with that.
Oh, okay. So you do agree with that?
No, I agree that.
You just said
women
it's
aren't
ed-
the best. No, I was just saying, aren't you?
okay,
I was
okay,
teasing you. I
okay.
agree. Who do you think I am? A feminist?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. I didn't raise a feminist. I know that. I know that. Oh, so anyways, you guys, if you're watching, thanks. Appreciate you here. Got our little fan base on IG. They always join us. Make it fun. Smoking a Rocky Patel Renaissance Havano. It's a 660. Not bad. Sipping on this new Kentucky bourbon I got. It's a barrel proof, so it's 107%. It's a pretty strong whiskey. You can even tell in the color. It's got a strong flavor to it. I don't know, maybe it's just not pairing right with the cigar. I'm gonna be honest. It smells.
That's the manliest thing I've ever seen.
Tastes good. It's just not, I don't know. It's not tasting right in the glass. I don't know.
Just drink it straight out of the bottle.
It's whiskey.
I know, it just does the manliest thing.
And tonight's show and tell is the Ruger Scout. I've had this one probably about 10 years. This is my Butte. This is my hog gun. You can put a good scope on it, but this one's just fine the way it is. 10 round mag, 308 caliber. Easy bolt action, nice and tight. And here's what I like, short barrel. So this could be very urban, assaultish if we get invaded by zombies or something.
You know, just in case.
Just in case. You never know. You never know. Hugo says my brother does this with his rum. What, out of the bottle? Is he a hobo or is he Hobo the Great? That's a stupid joke, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, if you're watching and you want to say hi, drop something in the comments. Ask a question, whatever. Say hello. If you want to jump on, jump on. I'd love to talk to you. Dip the cigar butt in the drink. I do that with maybe a cognac or a brandy. I don't like to get it too wet. Hugo's funny. See, the problem is this has got a little too much water in it. Maybe that's why it's not tasting too good. You know, it's funny. I buy all kinds, man. I collect all kinds, and I drink them. I don't just collect to collect. But funny enough, there's only a few I like. But my palate does change every few years. Here you go, Hugo. Just for you, okay? Hugo's funny. I like Hugo. Calls you Weapon X.
He says I look like the girl from Logan.
Yeah.
They call her Weapon X.
You kinda do.
I see that.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. You kinda
angry
do.
You scream like it too.
Yeah. Angry little yeah with knife.
Oh my.
And feet spikes.
Yeah. Yeah, and feet spikes. So anyways, Facebook, what are you drinking on tonight? If anything. Are you having a smoke? Are you enjoying the weather? Are you not enjoying the weather? Are you a plumber and become incredibly rich over the last week because you live in the South and everybody's pipe broke? I'd like to know. Instagram, thank you for being active. And Chandler says he's the Black Spider-Man. Isn't there already a Black Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Miles
he's
Morales.
Miles Morales.
Oh, I can see that. I can see he looks like him, like a cartoon. Is that what you're saying? You look like a cartoon? Any advice for someone who's broke and wants to start their own business? Yeah, there's lots. What's broke? So that is an open, that is a completely different conversation. But there are a number of things you can do to start building yourself in the market, Patrick. And there's a number of ideas that are out there that you can do with little to no investment. So just DM me and then I'll share with you, because I'd like to ask you some more in-depth questions on that to understand what you consider broke, or if you're asking for somebody else, because broke is very vague. So if I'm a multimillionaire and I'm no longer making millions and I'm only making 1 million, I'm broke. If I make 50,000 a year and I don't have any money because I spend it in the wrong places, I can be broke. But you could also be in a position where you're working hard, you're saving your money, you're living on rice and beans, and you still don't have any money and you're broke. I've been there. So what's broke, right? I remember there was a period of time where my wife and I didn't eat while we were trying to save our last business, trying to pay our bills, and we were not doing a good job at it. The market had crashed, and I would walk my kids up to a Little Caesars as an event, and I would buy a $5 pizza so they could eat, and they thought it was fun, while Mom and I figured out what we were going to eat the next day, and that was broke. So they don't really remember it because they don't know any better, but I do, and that was broke. I fed my kids every day on a $5 pizza. But there's lots of stuff out there. There are good ideas. So to answer your question, Patrick, yeah, I've got some advice. In fact, there's some things I do now today where one of the businesses I have is I help people start business in the financial industry with a very little investment. So they spend a couple $100s to get themselves under a brokerage, and then along with myself and many other coaches and mentors, we teach them how to create and start their own business. So it takes a little while, takes work, but once you create new habit, you can absolutely build something really wonderful for yourself and make some extra money. So some people do a very good job at this business, and they create themselves a very, very lavish lifestyle. Makes a lot of multimillionaires, but that takes time too. So nothing's overnight. Let me tell you this right now, you guys. If anybody tells you you can build something overnight, then you need to know that they're full of shit. because anything that can happen overnight will not last. There are things that happen through that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people that become millionaires overnight, but most of the people that become millionaires overnight, they forget to mention the 5, 10, 15, 20 years behind what it was that they were doing. So that's just the reality of it. That's where I'm at. This is why I don't mess around with crypto or trading or any of that shit. I can only do so many things. I'm not going to keep putting my money invested in areas that I haven't been able to build up. So for me, I invested in myself because I know that I'm a good investment. I invested in my life insurance policies because those are guarantees. I do very little market investment because to me the market is for investors and I'm not at an investor level. So if you want to do anything, pick up a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, learn the 4 quadrants of wealth from Robert Kiyosaki. There's a lot of things, man, but yes, can you start a business being broke? Absolutely. How much time are you willing to invest? That's the key. So, like where I got today, a lot of people may have comments on it, and they'll say, oh, it happened overnight. But anybody who's watched me over the last decade or two will know that this has been a long, long process with lots of failures, lots of successes, and lots of pain. But to finally hit that point where you're like, 7-figure squad, what's up? It's pretty cool. Right, Erica?
Yeah, 7-figure squad is good. That's the goal.
But that's the thing. It's not that hard anymore. I don't think it is. I think anybody could do it now. There's never been a better time to become a millionaire, in my opinion. All you need is a freaking phone, man. Yes, you're right. I wouldn't say only, though, Patrick. You learn from failures. You also learn from other people's wisdom. So Hugo asked a question about advice. I had asked a question a few weeks back when we first started going live. It was before we did the show. And someone had asked, what's the number one, the biggest piece of advice you can give anybody looking to start business? And that is, get a coach or mentor. Doesn't mean you're being mentored. I mean, go literally find one. Find one that is invested in you because you're paying them. Okay? Number one biggest piece of advice. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you can learn from other people's failures. So you can only learn from failures? Not true. There are people that fail constantly and never learn from it. That's why they're still in a bad spot. What's up, Mom? Mom jumped on. But the biggest advice I can offer is go find a mentor or a coach. You learn from their mistakes, learn from their wisdom, and then when you make a mistake, don't be afraid to sit there, reevaluate it, and look at what you did and what you can do to change it. That's how you learn. So to kind of go back, Patrick, to your comment, is, yeah, if you're learning from your mistakes, great. If you're doing the same thing more than once and keep making the same mistake, then you're not learning. But if you're going back, you're redoing your approach and then going at it again, and if you fail again, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's how you learn. But the biggest thing you can do is grab someone else. Find out from someone else what they did wrong. Learn from their mistakes, not just your mistakes. When I finally realized that I didn't have to make all the mistakes myself to get better, and I could start learning and be mentored by somebody else, that's when my success started to change dramatically. Now, it grew exponentially. I was already moving forward, but that was because every time I would make a mistake, I would do something different to change that. So despite what anybody's opinion was, that's weird. I said pause due to poor connection.
It's back on.
Okay.
Looks like it's back on now.
Okay, we'll give it a second.
No, it's paused.
It says it's paused on my end, but is it back on?
Going in and out.
In and out. Okay, we back? Are we back? Yo, checkity check. Dude, our signal's been garbage all day. Sorry, guys. So, Patrick, I would say learning from other people's mistakes. Read. And apply. Read, make notes, study, apply those lessons learned, and then reassess. So in any level of learning, there's a period where you have to identify what the issue was. Where's your leaks? Where's your gaps? Dude, the best of business people do this. This is the thing that when you finally start to hit a level of success, you realize the more wealthier and successful people are, the more they have a circle of people around them that they trust. And it's crazy because when you are in a lower level, when you are not growing, and you look around who you have in your life and you look about who's around, I can guarantee you, if you're not making a level of financial gain in your life, and I look at the people around you, none of them are making more and giving you advice. And the higher you get in the pay scale, and the more I spend time with millionaires, I have more multi-millionaire friends now today than I've ever had in my life. And every time I grow, I want to find even more successful people in my life. I want to take from them. And when I look at them, the people that they have around them offer advice, counsel, mentorship, and they teach. And these people listen and they get bigger. And the more I meet these people, they're always investing in that. They're investing in themselves, their health, they invest in their business. They're constantly working with a coach. 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I started investing in myself. I started investing in myself and getting mentorship and coaching. Once I started doing that, things started changing. And a lot of times, you guys, you already have what you need up here. It just takes somebody to help you get through it. As soon as I started doing that, things started changing in my head. The way I looked at life started changing. The way I started looking at how I was going to build things started changing. And then I made it again. And I did the investment year after year. Sometimes a couple times in a year, but I have not stopped since. And ever since then, I've grown exponentially. And that's because I didn't want to stop learning. I realized that I could only grow so much. What they say, the single wolf alone dies, but right, the wolf in the pack survives, something like that. But the reality is that we don't always have the ability to have people around us. Now, we may have a good group of people that are with us, but maybe they're not the right ones to mentor us. Just because they're your friends doesn't mean they're the right people to mentor or give you advice. I got off my box for a minute. That wisdom, Hugo says. Dude, it just comes from learning, man. That's it. That's it. And that's probably one of the things I'm enjoying the most now today is getting to share that. That's why I created this little platform. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I'd love it if you guys came on. I love that the most. It's one of my favorite things, man, when you guys get on and we chat and we talk. It's fun. I don't know if it's going to impact, but I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope it impacts somebody. Whether you're watching now or you watch later. The point is that this is my opportunity to share with you things that I've learned. And the funny thing is, some people will take this and realize what they're getting as value. Some people won't. People pay me a lot of money for advice. Just saying. When I get that from somebody else, dude, to me that's a gift. And so I want to gift it back. And I'll always do this, by the way. This is something I'll probably not stop doing. I like it. But eventually we'll have more guests and we'll be in our studio. And it'll be cool and Donnie won't be screwing this shit up.
I have an idea.
Oh, Donnie says he has an idea. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do you think about that, Hugo? What's your idea, Donnie?
I'm not gonna tell you now.
That's right. Hugo said just like athletes. Dude, the most professional and the most successful athletes out there constantly have trainers and people around them. I'm telling you, the higher you rise in your success, or the you really want to grow, that's where you start to define it. It's those small tweaks, right? Whether it's a football player trying to trim, a quarter second off his sprint. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what, you guys. I'm not even going to try to give examples, but you guys all know that. The most successful people out there, the best players out there, the best athletes, the best business people, they're constantly investing in themselves. They have mentors and coaches and trainers around them to evaluate and help them. So you've got to do the same. You've got to have that circle. If you run out of people that you can get mentored up, then you got to go find it. So that's it. That's probably the best advice I can offer anybody that's young or old. It really doesn't matter. Here's the reality. The older you get, you just have to set your expectations properly or understand what you're willing to do. That's really what it comes down to. The younger you are, the more time you have to make more mistakes, which means you can be riskier in the things you're trying to do. The older you get, it gets harder. It doesn't mean you should be less risky. It just means you have more to lose. Today in my life, I have more to lose than I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. It doesn't mean I'm not willing to make those risks. The risk I took almost a little over 3 years ago. What day is it today?
22nd. February 22nd.
What was the? I forgot to celebrate my own anniversary. The 18th.
We were gone that day.
Where were we?
Pretty sure that was the drive home from Kentucky.
That was a drive home from Kentucky?
4 days ago. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Why don't you just look?
Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Yeah, that was Thursday. That's when we were driving home.
Oh my gosh, we were driving home. That was our that was my 3-year anniversary for the MW Partners. Anyways, for you guys joining, thanks. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I really do. Sorry I didn't show up last week for the show, but I'll be back. We won't do it again. I promise. We'll figure out a way to make it mobile. To make it mobile. But hopefully you got something out of it today in the conversation. If there's anything I said that you enjoyed or whatnot, just drop a comment, man. Let me know. Let me know if you're thinking through it. And the question I had today for you guys was, what's your value, right? What value do you bring? And I challenge you to go through that exercise. Go through the exercise and say, okay, I'm going to learn how to share with somebody in less than 2 minutes. How do you share to somebody what it is that you solve as a problem and what value you bring them? Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether you're a father, a husband, son, and I guess daughter, wife, you know what I'm saying. I'm just using the more masculine terms. Hugo, I agree. Just blame Donnie. I usually blame him for everything. It is a lot funnier. But I appreciate you guys joining tonight. I want to tell you thank you very much. Join us again for next week's, or maybe this Friday we'll do another one. But for episode number 5, we'll come back with ATF. I've got some guests coming in here soon, so I'm looking forward to that, bringing them on board. and getting to introduce some folks to you guys. So thanks again for joining. I appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys